What's up, guys? Well, you all may have forgotten about me. I really hope you didn't, but I'm back. I know it's been about a month since I posted, and I have a really good explanation for that. I think. So anyway, if you couldn't tell, I'm kind of under the weather a little bit right now as well, but basically, over this past month with moving, and I still haven't moved completely yet, so I'm kind of like in an odd space, and it's just a weird thing. A little bit under the weather, so excuse the voice and everything. So I've been sick these past couple of days. It's given me a lot of time just to kind of sit around and watch YouTube videos and surf YouTube, which if you're ever just surfing YouTube, good luck, because you're gonna find some stuff that's mostly weird. But I did stumble across this one guy's channel, and the best way I could describe him is your typical billionaire son. But anyway, his name is Bobby Meisner, and you've probably seen videos. People have done videos on him before. He's from Australia. His dad is like a multi-billionaire. This one video that I found was just too good not to share with you all and do a reaction to. So in this video called Life of a Billionaire Son, I'm not a billionaire, so let's see what it says being a billionaire is like.
Your life is like a movie, and you're the main character. So why wouldn't you make it the greatest movie you've ever seen?
Okay, so first off, we have to address the elephant in the room here. Most of us don't have $1 billion just lying around. If you do, though, by all means, send me some of it. I'm always needing it. Most of us can't afford to be walking on a roof in Los Angeles, which I assume this is. And by the way, he's wearing all black leather in the middle of Southern California. And it's really hot in Southern California.
We all like a bit of a good life. Some the money.
He went from narrating it to, I guess, hiring someone to narrate it. You know, it's hard narrating your own video. It's hard making videos. And when you're a billionaire, pay some guy that sounds like he's a warlord to do a voiceover. Also, loving the slight flex of the private jet and the girls. I mean, you can't have a billionaire type video without private jet and girls.
Some the drugs. Others the sex game, the glamour, or the fame. But a rock and roller, oh, he's different. Why? Because a real rock and roller wants the fucking lot.
Not into like drugs or smoking or anything like that, but just for personal curiosity, don't like rock stars like do extremely hard drugs but you're just smoking cigarettes? I mean, rock stars, there's like a level of talent, and I don't know, he may have talent, who knows, making music, you know, producing music, and he just, from what I could gather watching his videos, flies around the world going to parties. Also, don't smoke cigarettes. It's really not good for you, and it will not make you rich.
Who is Bobby? Basically a little bit of a misfit kid. A kid who has everything.
Have to flex. And again, love seeing the private jet.
Bobby likes to live life fast. Fast cars.
You know, I always wondered if, like, all these people who flex on social media are just, like, they rent the cars, they don't really own the cars, and they, like, rent a jet, but it never takes off. They just film themselves getting on it and then doing something, like, crazy, like, getting off of it. Just can't fly around the world and not, like, have any responsibilities.
Beautiful girls.
A lot of smoking in this video. The truth, people just hate this video, probably. I feel like smoking is cool went out a long time ago.
My life hasn't always been like this. I was born in Australia, and I was raised by a single mom because my parents were divorced at a very young age. My mother has to be the sweetest person I know in the world. Not having a dad around, I misbehaved a lot. She always saw me as a perfect child. So I got away with a lot more than I should have. This meant that I had to move to a lot of different schools, 10 to be exact. I didn't grow up rich and I didn't grow up poor. I was fairly average.
Aren't you technically like you're still growing up? I mean, I would say you're in your late teens, early 20s, so technically you did grow up rich.
And I didn't know my dad had a lot of money until I turned 15. This is when he sold his company for $300 million. Then, my life changed forever. I moved to Europe. My dad started getting a lot of nice things. We got a villa in Saint-Tropez.
I love how, just to like relate to everybody, he was like, yeah, it started off kind of hard, you know. I still lived like a very good life with both a loving mother and loving father. And I love how he like loves his mother and everything, but then the minute his dad like makes a lot of money, he's like, I'll see ya, I'm gonna go hang out with dad in his huge mansion with all of his cars and boats and apparently private jet.
Can you give me number 9? Penthouses in Monaco. I'll see you later. A home in London. Can you give me back my debt? Super yacht. Tell me I'll see later. Private jet with our family name on the tail number. Bring the paper.
This video is like if Instagram just compilation video together of all these rich kids on it. Most of us will never probably ever be able to live like this. I love how he's trying to relate to us in this video, like he's just a kid.
I've always hated how just because someone is born into a family of wealth, people automatically label them as a spoiled brat. Yes, my dad has a private jet, and I love flying in it. Yes, my dad has a mansion and cars, and I love making videos with them. Who wouldn't? But I have never pretended that those things were something that I earned. And I recognize that my dad is the one who worked hard for them. This is why I have the ambition to work hard enough to achieve a successful life of my own, and break the stereotype of all rich kids being lazy, spoiled, and relying on their trust funds. If I was gonna survive...
I don't think rich kids are lazy. Stereotypes, I feel, are like one person does it and then everyone just assumes everyone else does it. But if you go on Instagram and you scroll through people's feeds like this, in the beginning of this video, he was talking about how he just goes to parties, hangs out with girls, and flies all around the world. Like, I mean, come on.
Survive in this world, I needed 2 things. 1, discipline. 2, friends in high places.
Both things you can get because your father is rich.
So I was sent to one of the world's most elite boarding schools called Millfield. A school attended by countless athletes, bankers, CEOs, politicians, royalty, millionaires, even the pop star, Ella Eyre. And then there was me, a delinquent, rebel, outsider, misfit. But this time...
Are you really an outsider? I mean, your father's a billionaire and all those people are pretty wealthy and powerful and come from wealthy and powerful families. It seems like this could be the people you are hang out with the best. The most famous person that went to my school was like a radio host's kid, like a local, not exactly the same, but still close.
I wasn't alone. There were many other kids just like me. We'd all been sent there for reform, and we weren't about to let that happen. We spent the next 2 years at school bending and breaking the rules in every way, shape, and form. Believe me, the things that you're not allowed to do are always the most fun.
Okay, just a couple seconds ago, didn't he say in order for him to be successful in his own right, he would need discipline? And so his father sends him to the school and to be successful, and then he says how he doesn't want to reform, and so he does all these bad things, and he doesn't want the stereotype of being like a rich, spoiled, rich kid.
It was my last straw. Some of us decided that on my 18th birthday, we needed to skip school and go to the south of France to party. When we got back, the whole school was talking about it, and I was asked to leave, along with 25 others that week.
Okay, so for my 18th birthday, we literally had a bonfire in my friend's backyard. And how did he get kicked out for just taking a flight? Unless he borrowed like the school's private jet, which by the way, someone in your inner circle was a snitch, obviously, and snitched that you guys had cut class to go to south of France.
I was finally free. I never limit myself. I'm wildly ambitious. You don't need to put yourself inside a box, especially in this day and age. But like most kids, I still had no idea what I wanted to do with my life.
I thought he just said at the beginning that he wanted to be successful. He had like business goals or something. But I do love, you know, like you can't put yourself in a box, you know, you gotta try different things. That I completely agree with. I think that's great.
Things my dad's always said you need for success. First, an idea. Then, a lot of hard work and time. Third, you need some luck. So, if I was going to create my own world, I needed to know how to make money. And since he knows how to—
Mr. Thanos over here looking to create his own little world. Talk about starting off, you know, small and working your way up.
to do that better than anyone, I began to work for one of his companies at Abbey Road Studios, London. It's where the Beatles recorded. These 2 years gave me more knowledge and experience in business than any university could have. Now it was time for me to start following my own dreams. This was film and fashion.
Don't get me wrong, I think it'd be fun to live in like California for just like a couple years, especially when you're young and everything, but kind of a cliche, I guess, now.
When I first moved out here, I imagined my life to be like a movie. Girls sipping cocktails by the swimming pool, fast cars through the hills, the craziest parties. Guess what? Most of it came true.
This is a great car commercial, I gotta say. If any of you have ever like seen on YouTube this guy named Create Tyler, I think Cody Ko has done a bunch of videos on him. It's the same kind of stuff. Rich kid who just, you know, drops out of college or school and is gonna go make something of himself like his parents did, but then ends up...
Yes, LA is crazy. So it was very easy for me to fall into the trap of partying a lot more than I should have been. I once met a girl on a night out, flew her to Ibiza with me the next day, and married her on a Sunday. We divorced a week later. I even dated the queen of partying herself.
Just your typical, you know, weekend thing, fly out to Ibiza, get married, and then a week later, you know, you get divorced. Whatever.
Lindsay Lohan. She's a lovely girl. Because I saw Brandon creating videos for YouTube, the idea came to me. I was living this crazy life. Why didn't I pick up a camera and start making movies out of my life? Ever since I found a love for film, I finally knew what I needed to do to make my dreams become a reality. So I started a YouTube channel. I also partnered with my best friend Brandon to create Candyland Productions in order to make a living out of something we love. By creating films for brands and artists, I'm even going to be creating videos for the legendary musician Julian Peretta. Since Brandon and I also love fashion, we decided to create our own brand, one that represents the kind of kids we are, misfits, delinquent.
I love like all these brands that have just like random like saying like quotes you would get like in a quote book, like be your own person or stand up for yourself.
Creatives, individuals, filmmakers, different, destructive, crazy, ragers, so that when you wear our clothes, it makes you feel like you're conveying a message of who you are.
Oh my gosh, this sounds both exhausting and scary.
Anyway, I can only hope my story has inspired you to follow your dreams. Be more creative. Not care what people think about you. Think differently. So leave a comment and let me know what you think, because it means a lot to me to understand how you feel. And subscribe, because I still have a lot of crazy stories to tell and create.
So basically all I learned from that video is the life of a billionaire's son is pretty much how I thought it was, which is not hard to say, seeing as Instagram is like littered with it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Sorry that it took me so long to come back. It's just been a whirlwind of stuff. In the description below, let me know if you guys have any other video ideas or videos you'd want me to look at. I'm back now, and hopefully all this that I'm sick with will be gone by next week, and that's when I will have a new video out for you guys. So thanks for sticking around, and welcome to all the new people. And if you guys like the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. And if you guys want, you can hit that subscribe button. That way my videos will always show up in on your feed, I think. See you guys next week with a brand new video. Bye.